Again, one of the reasons that your business ain't booming is because you're probably not using social media right. So today I'm going to talk about Instagram specifically because it's been such a great help for my business and a lot of other folks' businesses. So I really want to put a lot of this information out there that has helped me to be successful with growing my Instagram following as well as selling on Instagram. So the first thing is I use a really great app for engagement. And so that app is called Followers Chief. Now, I will say Instagram is cracking down on a lot of stuff. So a lot of the things that you are able to do and a lot of the tools that used to be available, they're not really working anymore. And Instagram, again, they're really cracking down. They want you to really organically be growing your following. They want you to be paying for ads. So a lot of the things that they're doing is to make you pay for their ads. But there are some really great apps out there. Again, the one I use is Followers Chief. InstaZoot is another one. Gramtoad. There's several. If you just Google Instagram engagement apps. So what those apps do is they engage with your followers or people who aren't following you for you. A lot of us are working full time. We do not have time to sit and follow folks and unfollow folks and comment and like and scroll through Instagram all day. It's just not something that we have the time to do. So using an engagement app can really help you because that's what Instagram is looking for. They're looking for you to be engaged with your followers, with your non-followers, with your competitors' followers. They're looking for you to be sending DMs, responding to DMs, and the more engaged you are on Instagram, the more they're going to show your posts to people. But again, a lot of us just don't have time. Another feature of those engagement apps is that they will send out automatic DMs for you. So you can send out a DM saying, thanks for following me, or, make sure you check out my website or whatever. So whatever you wanted to say to kind of drive your sales or thank folks for following you, to get them familiar with your brand, you can use some of those engagement apps to do that as well. A great thing to do is to just hire a social media strategist. So when I first started out, I hired someone. I worked with Chris Randolph here in Nashville, and she was a great help for me. It's what she does. It's what her business is. There are a lot of great social media strategists here in Nashville. Feel free to reach out to me at Black Business Boom on Instagram. Feel free to DM me there, and I'll happily send you some of the social media strategists that I know of or have worked with. But even if you're not going to pay them every month forever, to at least pay for a consultation, to have them sit down and tell you a good strategy for your business or what hashtags you should use, what your page should look like, what your competitors are doing, it's worth the money. It's worth the money to not be sitting trying to figure this all out yourself. So look into getting a social media strategist. Even if you go on Fiverr.com, that's Feverr.com. I use Fiverr for everything. You can have folks to kind of give you tips on social media strategy, design different things for you. So if you wanted just like a certain look, you can get folks to do like a Canva template for you on Fiverr, and all kind of other things. They can tell you about hashtags. They can research your hashtags for you. And most of their prices are starting at $5 on up. So we're looking to Fiverr. Another great place to look if you're looking for someone to help you out is Upwork. And that is UPWORK, Upwork.com. You can get freelance social media strategists and social media designers there on Upwork, on Fiverr. You can find people that this is all they do. And you can put a job out there and have them bid on it. So use those resources. And again, feel free to connect with me at Black Business Boom on Instagram. Shoot me a DM and I'll be sure to connect you with some of my resources as well. Moving on down the list. So your bio. So your bio needs to be great. Someone needs to be able to quickly see what it is that you do when they go to your profile or your bio. So if you have, let's say, a brick and mortar business, when someone clicks to go to your profile, they should easily be able to see what your business is, what you specialize in, and where you're located. And then you want to have the link to your website there as well. But it should be a no-brainer for them to go to your bio and see exactly what you're doing and what you sell, and easily know, do they or don't they want to follow you. I think Chris Randolph, again, the Chris Randolph on Instagram, we taught a social media class this weekend, and I think she said that it takes 6 seconds, you literally have 6 seconds to kind of sway someone to follow you or not on Instagram. So that is important, that they're able to see exactly why they should follow you. And another way that they can see that they really judge your account and whether they should follow you is the aesthetics. How nice does it look? Is it beautiful? Is it clean? How pretty is it? Of course, humans, we like things that look nice. And so having a really succinct look and having a good scheme is very important, and you can use apps like Planoly to be able to see what that layout is. That's another great tip from this weekend from the Chris Randolph, is to use Planoly and the other apps that are available to help you plan out your content and lay it out in a way that is visually pleasing to the eye. So make sure that you're using those apps as well. And they also help you to schedule. So that's another great thing. So right now I'm like super slacking on Instagram. So if you go to my page, you're going to be like, this girl's sitting here talking about Instagram and being consistent with posting and scheduling, and she ain't been posting nothing. But you can schedule posts, and it's great to do that. So it really makes sense as a business owner to know exactly what your social media is going to look like for the next 2 weeks. Take a few hours one Sunday, sit down, plan out all your social media, put it in a Planoly, get that look together, that aesthetic together, and then schedule it to go out. For me, and so let me give you the reason why my social media hasn't had a lot going on these last few weeks, is because it literally is all me. So unlike someone that's selling something, for me, the things that I post on Instagram are typically things that just come across my mind. So all of the different quotes that you'll see about supporting Black-owned businesses and why it's important on my Instagram page are mostly, I would say, 95% of them are literally the random thoughts that come across Danielle's head. So, and I've been so busy with so many things that I haven't really had the opportunity to have those thoughts, just to be honest. So things have slowed down on my page. But honestly, I'm at a place where I'm very comfortable with the following that I have. I love my followers. They are engaged. We have conversations back and forth. I'm making sales, so that exponential growth is not super important to me right now. So I can slow down a little bit and nurture the audience that I do have. Again, if you are really trying to sell something and you have a business that is active, I highly suggest that you plan out that content and get it scheduled so that you have something going all the time. Another trick to getting content, this is something that I talked to Erica Harvell, who is the founder of NoDat, that has launched here in Nashville. So me and Erica, and she's like, well, what do you do when you don't have anything to say, and repost somebody else's stuff when you don't have anything to say? So that's my favorite thing. I have some really great accounts that I follow and folks that I've really befriended via social media who support me and I support them, like the Buy the Block movement and the Black Wealth Renaissance account. So they post great things, buy Black stuff that really will resonate with my audience. We have similar audiences. So if I see something that did well on their page, or that will resonate with my audience, I'm just going to repost it, so when I run out of content, I just go and look and see, what they're doing, or I scroll through. I'm following a lot of the hashtags. I follow Buy Black, Shop Black, Black Wealth, all these different hashtags. So when I'm scrolling through, if I see something that I like, that will resonate with my audience, that will look good on my page, I save it and I repost it when I need to. So that's a really great strategy as well. Stop trying to recreate the wheel. When you have folks out here that are already doing the work for you, just repost their stuff, but make sure you give them credit. So make sure you're not stealing folks' posts, claiming it to be your own and not giving them credit for it. So a lot of times I'll repost a post from the Black Wealth Renaissance, and I just make sure in my caption I say thank you to the Black Wealth Renaissance and shout out to them because they're doing amazing work. So go follow them if you're on Instagram. So that was actually my next point. Copy your competition. So a lot of times you may not even see, for instance, the Black Wealth Renaissance, we're doing totally different things. So when I say competition, I don't always mean a direct competitor, but technically we're competing for the same audience, but it's all love. So let me make that clear. It's all love, and they've helped me. I've reached out to them and say, how do you do this on Instagram TV? And they've sent me a whole guide on how to create my Instagram TV posts to be like theirs. So again, it's all love, but there are accounts that you want to look at and you want to see, what are they doing? How can I copy what they're doing? How can I, and then also if you're following these accounts, you should also be engaging with their followers. So, for instance, let me talk about my hair. Those that can actually see me right now can see that my hair doesn't look like it normally does because it was actually wash day today, and I had conditioner on my hair, and I was supposed to be here recording, but I had conditioner on my hair, so I had to rush out to come and record. So anyway, a friend of mine said, you got to try this, this conditioner, this new line she told me about. We were at one music fest last year, and she told me, go and follow them, because I was like, well, how do I find them? And so, of course, everybody's finding everybody on Instagram now. So she said, go over to Instagram and follow them. I followed them, and within minutes, one of their competitors followed me. So then I went and looked at their page, and then I followed them. And that's how it works. So, and that should be a part of your social media strategy, that if someone's following your competitor, that's possibly one of your customers. Even if they're perfectly happy with the product that they're getting from your competitor, they may come over, I might be getting shampoo from them, but I might want to try your leave-in conditioner or whatever. So make sure you are engaging, following your competitors and engaging with their followers as well. And by the same token, you should be following hashtags that are relevant to your business. You should be, so I am following probably 15, 20 different hashtags that are related to Black-owned businesses and buying Black. And so when I'm scrolling through, I'm seeing posts that are from accounts that I don't follow because they're posting using that hashtag. And then, for instance, like the Black Business Boom hashtag. So I created my own hashtag, Black Business Boom, is the hashtag. And what I do is I promote that hashtag and ask people to use that hashtag when they're posting so that I can find their posts, and I repost them in my stories a lot of times. So it just is a great way for me to track what's going on with people buying black. So go and follow the hashtag Black Business Boom on Instagram. You should be following hashtags that your competitors may be using or anyone in your industry may be using, so you can see what those posts look like, so that when you're scrolling through, you can like them and engage with the folks that have liked them and are following them. So, and just to throw this out there, I know all of this, it can sound very time consuming, but refer back to what I said about getting an engagement app, or put it, set aside a certain time. Hey, every night from 10 to 10:15, I'm going to scroll Instagram, like, comment, and follow new people. Or, find a young person in your family that's on Instagram all day anyway, and throw them a few dollars to do it, because you can easily toggle between personal and business accounts. So you can give them access to your business account and ask them, hey, while you're on Instagram, if I give you $20 a week, can you go and like and follow and comment on stuff on my behalf on my account? The next thing, so this is very, very important on social media, period. We all have seen Facebook go down. We've seen Instagram go down. We've seen where it's stalling. You can't post anything. And a lot of people's money is getting messed up when that is happening, right? So you don't want to be that person. You want to have a way that if all of this went away, you can get in touch with your audience. And so the best way to do that is, of course, is going to be on their phone still via email or a text message. So a great way to do that is by creating like a lead generation landing page and having that link in your bio. And so using Linktree, you can have as many links as you want to in your bio. Make sure that they're organized and they make sense. So if there's something new that you're pushing, that link needs to be at the top. Make sure that those links are directing people where they need to be. Someone the other day told me to go check out something on their website, some new product they posted about. I went to go and find the product, clicking the link that they gave me, and it took me just to like their home page. Now I'm having to navigate over the shop. Now I'm scrolling through trying to find the product. No, if you're pushing this product, you want to have that at the top of everything, and you want that list, and you want it in the top of your list of links in Linktree. And then you also want to make sure that it's taking them directly to buy, because folks ain't going to do too much to find you. Like, people are not going to do too much to support you. You have to make it as easy as possible. And so, again, let me backtrack to where I was. So back to lead generation. So getting folks off of Instagram, off of Facebook, off of YouTube, and getting them somewhere where you can get in touch with them. So a good way to do that is, putting some sort of call to action, doing some sort of raffle or contest is always a great way. There are great sites if you just Google like raffle software for Instagram. So there are different ways you can do that. But you definitely, or giveaways like ebooks. For instance, I dropped my new ebook on Online Marketing 101. So a lot of the information I'm talking about today, you can get it in my free ebook, which is available if you go to my Instagram page at Black Business Boom. Go to the Linktree. It should be the top link there, hopefully. If it's not one, it's two. And it'll say free ebook for Online Marketing 101. And so with that, I am giving that away, and I'm getting people's emails in exchange so that I can stay in touch with them, so that I can let them know when my app is dropping, so that I can let them know when I'm putting out my next ebook or when my blogs are coming out. So you have to find a way to really do what they call outbound marketing and really drive those folks to give you their email address so that and push them, so that you can push them the content that you want, so that when you're having a sale, they won't miss it. Because right now Instagram and Facebook are only showing your post to like 7% of the people who follow you. So I found it so crazy when you go and you set up Instagram and Facebook ads, they ask you, what audience are you trying to reach? And one of the options is, are you trying to reach the people who already follow you? Because you have to pay for that now. So it's like you're having to pay just so, even though I have almost 30,000 followers, 30,000 people are not seeing every post that I make. I get lucky a lot of times, and they do, and a lot of times that's just because of the hashtags that I'm using, and people are following those hashtags. And so a couple other things, I have just a few minutes to wrap up, about 4 or 5 minutes until I wrap up, but I want to throw out a few little tips. So every Friday, if you follow me on Instagram, the Black Business Boom page, almost every Friday, I'll post the same post. And it says, raise your hand if you are buying Black this weekend, or supporting a Black-owned business this weekend, or working on your Black-owned business this weekend. And every week, that post is getting 1,200, 1,400, 2,000 likes. Let me tell you why. Because it's telling someone to do something. So there's a call to action that's driving people to comment. And so the faster folks comment on your post, and the more people who like that post really quickly, the more they're going to show it to additional people. So you have to make sure that you are driving some sort of action. And so while I love that post because it really is a true, kind of getting people excited and involved around getting out to support Black-owned businesses for the weekend, it also is really helping with the engagement on my page. So ask questions. I throw questions out there sometimes. Sometimes I intentionally throw controversial things up on my Instagram, because then people start arguing back and forth, or they start arguing, they start going off on me or whatever. But either way, doesn't bother me again, but it does boost the engagement on my page. So put out some sort of put out content that has a call to action, or ask people to comment or answer a question or like the post, or tag someone. So that's another great one. So when you ask people to tag people, so then more people are seeing your post because of the tag, but then that tag is a comment. So it's driving up the engagement because of that comment. So just keep in mind now that Instagram works just like Facebook, in the way that the more people that engage and the more people who like and comment, the more people that'll see it. Let's see what I want to. So use your stories. Stories are a great way, and you can do hashtags and mentions in your story. So you can throw a hashtag in your story. They'll only let you do one. If you hit the little sticker button, you can throw a hashtag in there so that people can find your story. Using the hashtags, you can throw music in there now. So I'm going to start using my stories a lot more to really, for my audience to really know me better, because they know, my brand and what I stand for, but I really want my audience to start to know me more. And that is one of the things I'm going to leave you all with, is that it is so important that people really know you, and that you are not pushing and selling all day, every day on your social media. People get tired of being sold to. So make sure that you spend most of your time on social media building your brand and making your brand recognizable, versus trying to sell whatever it is that you sell. I spent several months not saying anything about what I did. I spent several months trying to get folks to really know what my brand was, and that I support Black-owned businesses, and that they should support Black-owned businesses, and how to do that. And I never said anything about the fact that I had a whole website with 400 coupons for Black-owned businesses. I never put it out there. And that was my strategy. And I got people really just loving what I was talking about, and I was learning my audience. So really learned my audience and paid attention to what they responded to, what they didn't, did a lot of testing, used different wording, different colors, different, schemes, all type of things to kind of see what my audience responded to. And you should be doing the same, doing A/B testing. Do they like the black or the green post better? Figuring out what do people respond to most. And you can look at your insights to see what folks are responding to the most. So make sure you're using your insights. But then after I spent all of these I spent probably 3 or 4 months just learning my audience and growing my brand. And then all of a sudden I dropped and I said, I promote Black-owned businesses for free on my website. And that's what I do. I have a website that has coupons for Black-owned businesses. But based on my audience and the fact that folks have been DMing me for months asking, do I do promos for Black-owned businesses? Do I do promos? Do you do promos? I was getting it every day. I said, well, promo is the word I need to use when I drop this. And that post had probably 500, if not more, comments, and over 250 businesses signed up to be on my site within a week. So it really, again, but people knew me. And so it is very important that you're using your social media to really get people to know, like, and trust you. That's the basic standard in marketing. That is what you're doing when you're marketing your business, getting people to know, like, and trust you and your brand. So make sure that you're keeping that at the forefront when you are managing your social media accounts, specifically your Instagram. So if you have any feedback, any questions, please feel free to reach out to me again at Black Business Boom on Instagram. Feel free to DM me there. Find me on Facebook, Black Business Boom, or Danielle McGee. I'm putting out new marketing tips and content all the time. So make sure you're following me to get that content. Go grab that ebook from my Instagram. Just make sure you're following along on the journey, because we are also dropping the app booming very, very soon. So make sure you're tuned in. And again, go grab some of that ebook or some of the other free content that's available on my Instagram. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It was great.